And welcome to another Friday assessment. Yes, yes, yes. Let's get excited. Why? Because you have made it across another week. I know it's been a long 7 days since we met again, but you know what? You made it. I thank God that you made it, that you did not give up. You was not a number. You was not a number of the ones that gave up on the last week. You say, you know what? I'm going to be in that other number. I'm going to be part of the number that's going to press into purpose, press into my destiny, press into what I'm called to do, that I can live out purpose. My God, do you realize when you live out purpose, my God, there is something that is external that can never kill you. Why? Because now you are working from inside out. Look, there are things that's going on in the job world, and they want to motivate people. But what the hardest part of motivating people is finding out what makes people tick. Because what they have learned is that if you can motivate somebody from the inside, then you ain't got to worry about going back and motivating them through the money and all of those things, because it's fulfilling work. And if you get them to find out what types of, then you can continue to keep them engaged. And when they're engaged, you're gonna always get quality work. So all the King's men, I thank you for joining in today. My God, glory be to God. I bless God for each and every one of you that have taken out of your time to join the Friday assessment. So welcome to the Friday assessment. Remember, this assessment is about you. It ain't about nobody else. We always want to look at ourselves. Why? Because the greater one is living on inside of you, and there is someone greater than what you see today. There is someone greater than what you see today. Because why? Because you must be competing with who you are to become. You know what's awesome about competing with who you are to become? It's yours. It's you. It is who you is to become. It's who God already destined you to be. You know the saying is, don't compete with nobody else, but you're competing with yourself. What is interesting is that you're competing with somebody that already belongs to you. Oh my God, but it's just a journey to get there. It's a journey to get there. So in getting there, there are some tragedies, there's some trials, there are some tests that you're going to have to go through. Because when you get there, there is triumph. So what I am wanting to tell you, to come to encourage you today. What looks like tragedy is leading you to triumph. What looks like tragedy today is leading you to triumph. Why? Because it's building you. It's building the real you. It's building that person on the inside of you and killing that person that's causing you to say that you're less than, that's causing you to say that I'm not enough. That's not me, but it is you. Because God would not allow the thing to come to you. Look, don't let it define you, but let it push you into where you are going, push you into who you are to become. Look, remember, we're always continuing to look at how we can be better. How can we be better? I know you're probably like, well, this started out how we're looking at the areas that you're having success in, the areas that you're not having success in. Yes, look, because often in tragedy, it reveals things. It reveals that, look, I'm actually having success over here because of this. And it's fulfilling. This area over here, it seems harder, not experiencing success. So why? Then you come into that Friday assessment, and look, it's not tragedy, but it's hardship, and it's self-induced. Look, do you realize that those things are actually causing you? It said, no, quick, look, what I need you to do is make a U-turn. I need you to make a left. I need you to make a right. That's why it feels like these things are hard. That's even why tragedy comes in. Why? So that it can push you through those hard times, because many want to give up when they can't understand. when they don't understand. It's hard when you don't understand. I know it's hard. I have experienced hardships myself when I don't understand. Even things that I go through, especially on my job, I'm like, God, I don't understand. Why do you got me in this place? Why you didn't do this? Why you didn't move me this? Or God, in my life, God, why did I have to experience such things such as this, God? Why I can't have this, God? Why I'm not doing this? But God put me on my own journey. And you know what? What I'm learning right now, I'm learning that my journey, what I went through was a little different because of purpose in my life. And look, I was a loner. I didn't really care about other people, but then I did have some friends. And guess what? God separated us. He separated all of us. It was about three or four of us, four of us. It was three of the core that always ran together. Two of us ended up being the core in the end. The other two had already split. And then it was us two that was left that split in the end. And it's amazing how the things that I had to go through, it was for testimony today. It was for the testimonies that I have to tell my brothers and my sisters today, and especially you, my brothers, of how you can overcome. He allowed me to go through things in relationships, in life, me dealing with alcohol, in life, dealing with me being a son. Even with me just going through different things, going through job challenges. What I did not realize is how God was building me, how God was building me into the man that I am today. And not only the man, but the man of God, the servant that I am today. Now, I have not reached I feel that I have yet tapped into the potential of where God has for me and where God has me going and where I am going in God. And what's so amazing is that I look back and see where I've come from, how much I've overcome, and I'm able to have conversations with people, and they look at me like, "How did you do it? You look like you never went through it." But it looks like that because of God. God will restore you. Don't worry about what you're going through. Your tragedy is leading you to triumph because God is going to turn that thing around. God is going to turn you around, turn your life around. But what I don't want you to do, I don't want you to give up, because that's why the Friday assessment is so important. Because when you're able to really look in that mirror and talk to yourself and ask yourself what's going on. Why is it going on? And then you'll start to, don't be afraid to hear yourself speak either. It's going to be words spoken out loud and unspoken, but yet they're spoken. And they're going to speak so much volume in your life, and they're going to speak life to you. So you have to have a listening ear. The Friday assessment. Many don't want to assess because they don't want to know the truth. But the last I checked, according to my Holy Bible, it's the truth that you know that's going to set you free. Many people say they want to be free. Many people say they want to be this and that, but they don't want to be. Why? Because it takes work. And all the King's men, when you do the Friday assessment, you starting to put in the work. You're putting in the work that's necessary for being an overcomer, for being more than an overcomer, more than a conqueror, for being everything that God says you are. So, all the King's men, I thank you once again for stopping by. Thank you for joining in. This has been an awesome time. Why? Because I know we all at once in our life deal with some type of tragedy. Tragedy ain't got to talk about death. Ain't got to talk about something that affects your body, but there could be anything that's causing you not to get to where you need to do. And it's tragedy, because tragedy can be mental. So, all the King's men, I just thank you. I thank you, and I encourage you to do the Friday assessment. It's so important. It's going to be life changing. All the King's men, I thank you for joining in. I should have dropped a line, drop a like, share it, whatever needs to be done. We need the lives of men to be changed so they can get back in their rightful place. All the King's men, I pray that you have a blessed day, blessed weekend, and a blessed week to come.